All right, everyone's hexed, right? Including actress Lori Loughlin and her husband, Massimiliano Giannulli, pleading not guilty to this college admissions scandal earlier this week. Now, their daughter reportedly could be facing an investigation as well. The couple, they claim that they were breaking the rules, but they didn't think they were breaking any law. So what does our young Gen Hex think of all of this? Ruby Media Group's Kris Ruby joins us. We've also got internet radio sensation Mike Gunzelman, your world audio technician and best-selling author, beyond bio and attorney Natalie Alicia Gold. Natalie, and we do begin with you. This doesn't end, does it? It's on and on we go.
It doesn't, and sometimes when you do the wrong thing, you got to face the music, and that's what Lori Loughlin is definitely finding out right now.
Well, they're saying they didn't do the wrong thing, right? They thought they were breaking rules, but not law.
I guess they didn't realize. They just thought they were like bending the rules a little bit, and then they were trying to make a distinction that their daughter wasn't involved, even though I think she might have posed in pictures for the crew, like a little Banachek action there, but I don't know, because they were very concerned about not getting their daughter implicated or how their daughter would feel about them. So that was a lot of the reason why they wouldn't take that plea deal.
I mean, what's interesting about this is the bottom line is you did something wrong. I mean, clearly you did something wrong here. And what's going to be very interesting to see is, do they flip on each other, Lori and her husband, because obviously they are seriously facing a lot of jail time right now.
Up to 40 years, right?
Yes, up to 40 years. And I did notice that the daughter just removed her Instagram account entirely, which tells me, actually, that something's changed a little bit. And now they're waking up and saying, wait, maybe this is serious. Maybe I did something wrong. I mean, I hope that's the takeaway
I
here.
think the daughter was really mad at first because it was making her look bad, and she was losing a lot of sponsorship that she had with makeup companies and stuff. So she stopped talking to the parents and was doing the silent treatment.
I can't believe that that's the reason she was mad, by the way.
Yeah, I know that they could go to jail.
She was living a lie and got caught. Bottom line, she was living a lie and got caught. And what happens next? You know?
Also, even just from an influencer marketing perspective, I mean, she's already lost a lot, but she stands to lose a lot more.
She stands to lose her liberty and her life, and that's really what's at stake here for her parents, especially.
But what about mom and dad? They're saying not guilty, and they're drawing the distinction, I guess, even in the face of threats that there were tapes and everything else, that they did nothing wrong, that they knew of, that if this was a law, something that they were breaking, they were unaware of it. What do you think of that?
But can you plead innocent on being ignorant? How many ignorant people go to jail?
I built a career on it.
Yeah.
Me as well. So I guess it's interesting because the others who tried to go into settlements and everything else, they obviously thought differently. Oh, they had me on tape, or they had this.
They were also very apologetic. Felicity Huffman was very apologetic about what she did, where the other one, I think, was going into court, signing autographs, taking selfies.
I think there's back to taking responsibility here.
The bottom line is this. Celebrities get away with a lot worse than what they did. Let's be honest. They do. And whoever their attorneys were like, hey, you'll be able to get
Let's also be honest here in that.
Here's the thing. She did something wrong, and she should face the music and say, I am sorry, mea culpa. If she does that, I think the court of public opinion will really
Well, we're a very forgiving country. I want to switch gears if we can, and that is something you guys might relate to. We're not, I don't know. In fact, you're younger than millennials, a lot of you. So there's a new study that shows a lot of millennials are still leaning on mom and dad for money. 7 out of 10, in fact, hit up mom and dad for something here. Since this is hitting kind of close to home for me, I'm going to step out. But what do you guys think? I was surprised it was so high.
I'm not surprised by this at all. It actually really adds up very nicely with the stats about all of these kids. Millennials are really riddled with college debt right now, with loans. So on the one hand, you know, they need to be living in their parents' basements because their parents are helping them pay that off.
It doesn't have to be a basement. It could be a bedroom.
Or a bedroom, yes, or a bedroom. But
how about the parents' room, right?
Also,
them out.
you know, on the other hand, so that's one side of the story, right? The other side is that you have kids who aren't in that boat, but who really aren't being taught any work ethic, right? It's sink or swim.
Absolutely.
Well, they might have good jobs, but they're low-paying jobs.
Yeah, right? but they're not being taught to hunt. They're not being taught, like, they're being enabled by the parents.
Real-world education doesn't happen on these college campuses. I speak time and time again on college campuses. I wrote the Millennials Guide to the Universe, and I teach these kids about networking, selling yourself, and getting out there. They are not teaching this. Where's the financial education?
But
there
if you,
is none.
let's say you're a teacher or you work with, you know, kids, let's say, and you know someone who works with little children and it's not a high-paying field. Let's say that's the case. Honey, I'm not talking about that. it's not a high-paying field. It's a very rewarding field, but it's not. So they might need a little.
You shouldn't take on all that debt then.
No, this,
It's
when
not
you
on
really
the
think about
teachers.
it, the average person coming out of college has $400 in student debt a month for like a 10-year plan. That plus at least $1,000 a month in rent, plus car insurance, plus internet, plus cell phone,
Wait, did
plus
you say
medical
$1,000
insurance, and you don't
a month?
have it.
Where's
That's
the
a lot of money.
Hold on. Wait, did you say $1,000 a month in rent?
At least.
Can you
at least.
sign me up?
I got rent. I'm 5 times that.
If you're trying to go to around a major city with a cost of living around, and then I think it's more than other generations where we have all these other things where you need a cell phone, you have utilities, you have to have food.
But every generation has had variations.
I feel
But during the World War II generation, my dad's generation, they would live with families. You'd have generations.
Oh, but that
Here's
was
the
always
thing.
accepted. to have
If you are
something like
cut
that.
off,
But we don't. We look askance at it.
Neil, if you're cut off when you graduate, you are taught that there is no support system for you. You have to make it on your own. If you're not cut off, you always think
Do you
have
have
your
any?
parents.
Are you married? Do you have children now?
I am not married, and I do not have
You're
children.
going to be ruthless.
I'll tell you, my parents are still helping me now. God bless them. I'm living in their
Real
basement.
quick.
This is what parents are for, to take care of their children, no matter how old they are.
There you
Yeah,
go.
I take care of my dog and my cat.
Love is a many splendid thing. All right. And sweetie, I'll see you when I get home.